So we are on our way to the Cascade, which is one of the must-see places in Yerevan. The Cascade is a complex of 572 stairs up to a hill which connects the upper and lower part of the city. Before we get there, you see behind me, it's a big theater, and I just thought it looked very cool. It looks like it's Romeo and Juliet that is being shown in the theater today. So this is basically the beginning of the famous Cascade complex, and this guy here seems scouting the area. That's a better word. So let's start the small tour. As you can see here, you can see it from the moment you actually enter the Cascade area. So the Cascade starts by the stairs there, but this is basically the area. You see all this contemporary arts there. You have this guy there, and I heard that these arts is changing regularly. I heard that they are not permanently there. So, and also this stairs there that we see in front, we're gonna go there, is also filled with a lot of temporary arts. So the Cascade complex is basically a complex of 572 stairs that connects the lower and upper part of the city. So basically it was a bit too hot to walk the stairs. You can walk the stairs if you want, but for us it was just too hot, so we chose to take the escalator instead, which is free. It leads you all the way to the top of the Cascade. You just need to change from escalator to escalators. Here you can probably walk out, I guess. I think so. Yeah. And here you have these arts that actually looks like, it reminds me of Roman shields. It's very cool formation. So we were forced to do some stairs in the end in this heat, which is totally fine because the escalator doesn't lead to the whole, like completely to the top. So maybe a couple of hundred steps before you reach the top, you're forced to walk. Здравствуйте. Одна вода. 250, да? Нормально. Окей. Спасибо. And it seems like we finally reached the top of the Cascade. And here you have, in the far distance, Mount Ararat, the famous mountain, which is in today's Turkey, but in historical term, part of Greater Armenia. There you have the whole city of Yerevan. So cool. And if you see a bit further there, you can see the Mother of Armenia statue, which is basically a monument that I have seen in so many ex-Soviet countries. Basically a statue protecting the country. Actually, this looks like it was part of a bridge back in the days, and then they have just built it like a complex. Oh. Oh, they're almost shaking, this fence here. Now we're on our way to St. Gregory Cathedral, which is one of these many cathedrals that Armenia is famous for. It's one of the, it's actually the biggest cathedral in South Caucasus. With South Caucasus we are talking about Armenia, Georgia and Azerbaijan. So it's the biggest among all of the monasteries that are built among these countries. So we are right next to the cathedral that I just talked about. Just want to show you that now we are in one of many big parks that Yerevan is known for. It's a perfect place to chill. As you can see around in the area here, you see that people are basically just chilling. It seems like there are some street musicians there. You see Taras Shevchenko, a famous guy. He's a Soviet guy. I know that in Kiev they have this square called Taras Shevchenko, which is named after this, I think it's a poet, if I'm not mistaken, that had a big influence on various Soviet regions and ex-Soviet people. Here you have St. Gregory Cathedral, one of many cathedrals that Armenia is famous for. What's special about these cathedrals is that they're all built with natural mountain stones. So basically, just quickly filming this cathedral here. It's the biggest cathedral in all of South Caucasus. We will be taking a taxi now and then we will be heading back home to chill after a very long day. And this is the Yandex taxi app that we're using for our ride here. It will cost, it's not written here, but 1,500 Armenian dirham.
For 11 minutes drive.
For an 11-minute drive. Let's go. So this is the St. Gregory Cathedral, the largest monastery related to Christianity in all of South Caucasus region, among all the three countries of Georgia, Azerbaijan and Armenia. Let's take a look inside how it looks like. Maybe because it's Sunday, today might be a big day for Christians even in Armenia. Protector. But to be honest, I think it's prettier on the inside, not on the outside, because the cathedral on the outside looks like a drawing, if you ask me. On the inside it's just huge. Interesting to come across this ceremony here. The main gate here. So yeah, that was an inside view of the biggest monastery related to Christianity in all of South Caucasus countries. St. Gregory Cathedral. Yeah, and everything is written in the old script of Armenia. One of three ancient languages in Europe that still uses an ancient alphabet, which is very unique. The two others are Greece and Georgia, the neighbor country, which is pretty cool actually. So Armenia still has has preserved their old written language, their old language, even though they were under under a Soviet Union for more than 70 years. It's very fascinating to see. The oldest Christian country in the world when it comes to adopting Christianity as an official religion. Georgia is also one of those, so Armenia and Georgia are pretty similar in that sense. I heard they have a lot of other differences. I visited Georgia myself, wonderful country, no doubt about that, but I see differences between Armenia and Georgia for sure. So yeah, I think that's it, what I want to show you regarding this St. Gregory Illuminator Cathedral here. So today is our departure day from Yerevan, and we will take a flight in the very late evening. In principle, it's actually tomorrow at 2 a.m. So we need to wait for some hours. We had our plan to book in to a hostel for a cheap price, but the hostel that we were aiming for didn't exist. The map was wrong basically, so we couldn't find it. So we were looking for some other cheap hostels just to leave our luggage there, maybe take a shower before we take the flight later. But it was a bit too expensive. So it was a bit of a waste to pay. I think it costed 50 euro, the one that we found, just to stay there for a few hours. So we redecided our plan and we chose to bring our luggage with us, maybe go to a cafe and chill for some hours until we go to the airport. So just to wrap up our Armenia stay, it's been a very interesting stay here. We've been here for some days. We have seen YEREVAN, one of these must-see places in Armenia. We also went to Jasidi temple, also a very interesting and quiet area. And of course, you need to go to Lake Sevan. We also did that. It was a very beautiful view there. And last but not least, Yerevan, the cozy artistic city, which is full of calm and chill people. So all in all, Armenia has been a wonderful country. We will go to the next country later. So I guess I see you guys in the next videos.